Okay, right, guys. Well, first of all, thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate you all. And we've done pretty well so far in the series of day three parabolic trend or reversal trade opportunities. So, this is, I believe, the third video we've done on this particular trading style. We started off on the 9th of November, preparing for day three and the day count. And for those of you that haven't seen that video, put your hands up, let me know, and I'll send you a link. In fact, if you haven't seen any of these videos, let me know. We've also covered preparing for day three and key levels. And this is the third of a series of, I think it will be 5 videos in total, preparing for day three's behavior of price. And all of this, of course, is with respect to the promotion that we are doing for Black Friday, which, by the way, tomorrow is tomorrow. So we'll have a half day in terms of markets. Markets will be open half the day. It's a pretty strange period for trading because it's Thanksgiving in the US. So it's a holiday where many traders, hedge funds, and so on will have already been on holiday this week and extending their holidays today, tomorrow, over the weekend, possibly even Monday and Tuesday, and coming in for day three of the week next week for a almighty session, a parabolic move, either in the direction of the trend or a reversal of the trend, just as we've been discussing over the last number of webinars. So my name's Ross Burland, and I'm a senior analyst for FX Street. I've been with FX Street for many, many years. I had my 10th year anniversary with FX Street um, in March of this year. So coming up to completing 11 whole wonderful years at FX Street. It's a fantastic organization to work for and be a part of in terms of the services that we provide for um, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or expert trader. It's a great community. Um, I would say, especially for those that are starting out um, or struggling to get consistently profitable. They're in the green, in the red, they're break even. But with our premium service, we are endeavoring to make you more of a consistent trader, whether you're a beginner or intermediate. Um, there's something for everyone. There's a series of analysts. Um, there's myself, in fact. Um, I lean towards more of the education side of things, along with others that are giving their um, time and effort in that regard. Um, but I work predominantly in the premium service with Yohei, Ian, which are on our shift. We actually run the Discord section in Jerome there as well. And you'll have also Khaled. And then the other guys here are working hard around the clock with you as well. Matthias, Valeria, Aaron, Idwani in the Asian session. And these guys are working more on the editorial side um, throughout the week as well. Anyway, so you'll have access to us either over voice, over video, live video, webinars, over events such as non-farm payrolls, and generally throughout the day. If you're a premium member, you get access to all of that, whether it be editorial or within the Discord, live, and so on. So those are the features of the service, um, and these are you're getting all of that as becoming a premium member. News, economic calendar, live events, webinars, instant access to us. I mean, you can literally speak to us directly with your questions, and we give you your answers. um, and you get all of that for a very, very reasonable price. Um, you're getting the sort of expertise that you might pay triple, quadruple, 10 times the money elsewhere. Um, so it's a very, very good deal. And with this Black Friday offer, you're getting 70%, 75% off um, when you sign up for the 1 year or 2 year program. So that's what this is all about. Now, if you could let me know if you're not already a premium member, that would be great. We've got a fair decent number of you in today, so thank you for being here. I recognise some names that are already part of the service, the premium member service. But again, of course, you can benefit from this deal. If you're not already signed up for the 1 or 2 years and you're enjoying it, then go for it. Select your plan. I'll put the link in the chat. So there's the link for that. Yep. All right. Yep. Thank you, GN or GXN23. We've already discussed that. I've already raised it with our customer service team. That will get sorted. Khan138. What I suggest, if you can't see the screen, if you could log out of this meeting and then log back in, you can disconnect quietly and then rejoin, and that should resolve that error. That's what I had to do. Right, so for all of you that have not seen the videos, give me a moment and I'm going to add them to the chat. I've got them on my YouTube channel, so I'm going to have to go there quickly. So just bear with me, guys, while I do that. In fact, it might be quicker if I go to the Discord channel and I'll find them there. So for those of you that are already members, these webinars I'm recording and I'm leaving in the education section. You'll find a bunch of my videos there, but the most recent ones will be these webinars. And I'm going there now, so I'm almost there. Give me a second. Right. So here's one of them. Right, posting here. There's the first one that we did. Day 3 webinar. And then here is the second of that series. Okay, so what I'll try to do, as it appears there's quite a few of you that haven't seen these first two, as I go through today's topic, um, which is behavior of price on day 3, I'll try and incorporate as much as I can so that sort of all synchronizes as much of what I can from what we've already covered. So what you should be seeing now is an oil chart. And this is taken from Wednesday, the 22nd. Now, what is day 3? Does anyone here care to tell me what day of the week day 3 is? Let me know in the chat so I can identify that we're on the same page. What day of the week is day 3? Correct. It can be a Wednesday. Anyone else care to hazard a guess what day of the week is day 3? It can also be a Friday, correct. Wednesday and Friday. Okay, excellent. Now, there is a variation of day 3. Wednesday and Friday is one of them. Okay, if you can't see the screen, try logging out of the members of the meeting, disconnect quietly and rejoin. And what I'll do is I'll re-share the screen. Right, so I'm going to re-share my screen. Right, so you should... What's happening there? Hold on. Yeah, this is awkward. Right, so I've now rejoined, reshared my screen. Everything should be good for everyone. All right, so you can all still hear me, yeah? Okay, great. So day 3. Monday is day 1, Tuesday is day 2, Wednesday is day 3. Wednesday resets to day 1. Thursday then becomes day 2. Friday becomes day 3. We are looking for parabolic trend or reversal trade setups. And we're looking for those to occur within our preferred session. You have Asia, you have London, and you have New York. I work in New York hours, so that is where I'm looking for my parabolic move. If you work in London, you're looking for it there. And if you work in Asia, you're looking for it there. These occur on day 3s. 90% of the time, you're going to get a setup either on a Wednesday or a Friday. Now, I was talking about the other variation of a day 3. Another variation of a day 3 could in fact could come on a day that is not Wednesday or Friday, just to complicate things. But to keep it basic, if I were you while you're practicing this, just look for day 3s being Wednesdays and Fridays. But essentially, what a day 3 is a series of 3 days. It's a 3-day setup. You're getting order flow on the case of a Wednesday from Monday, Tuesday, and whatever session you're trading within, you're on the 3rd day of order flow. And that is where you're looking for your parabolic move to take place. Alternatively, you could get a parabolic move, say, on a Monday, for instance. Monday could be your day 3. Because you might say, well, look, on Thursday, at the low of the week, I'm going to start my day count because we've got longs coming in on a Thursday and they're really gritting their teeth on the Friday. And then on the Monday, you're either looking for what? Anyone care to hazard a guess? You're either looking for a parabolic trend trade, so there it is, or you're looking for the parabolic reversal trade, right? There it is. Okay, so that occurred on day 3. But let's just keep it simple. Go look. What I advise: go back to that video, day 3, and that, if I recall, should go into depth about how to find day 3s. If they're not on a Wednesday or Friday, that video there that I've posted in the group, in the chat, Hold on, I'm just going to see if I can put it on the screen. Right, this video here, which is taking an hour to load, goes into depth about day 3. I don't know why it's taking so long to load, but it's there. Okay, so that's it there in the education section, day 3. Right. So we've gone over what day 3 is. In the following video, we talked about preparing for day 3 and key levels. So a quick recap of key levels. Does anyone want to tell me what I am referring to when we talk about key levels? I'm going to give a handful of seconds for anyone to put their hand up and have a go. What is a key level? Give me some examples. Great. High and low of the week and month. Any other key levels, guys? So Jay's talking about round numbers, 76, 78. Okay, yeah, fine. Round numbers. You can have 76.50, 76.10, 76.20, a round even number. Ideally, double zeros and 50s. So 76 even, and then 76.50 that I'm showing there on the chart in the case of oil. Weekly, monthly pivots. What do you mean by a weekly, monthly pivot? In this strategy, we don't use pivots, but depends how you define what a pivot is. Are you talking about a swing high, swing low? We can have swing highs and swing lows as a key level, if that's what you mean. Anyone else want to come up with what is a key level? One that price return to. Yeah. And what prices or levels are those? Support or resistance? Yes, but where do we get support and resistance? What are the levels? So the levels are, for this particular method of trading, we can have, and this is why I've got my chart the way that it looks. We've had a member say that the chart looks very cluttered and so forth, but that's the way I like it. So we've got key levels on this chart already drawn as per my indicators. So we've got last month's high as the red dotted line. We've got last month's low as the other red dotted line. We've got last week's highs as the orange dotted line. We've got last week's lows as the orange dotted line, the lower line. I've also got yesterday's closing price, the red line. These come on automatically when I put on my selected template. I've also got yesterday's high as the white line, extends into a green dotted line. I've also got yesterday's low, white line, extends into the green dotted line. Okay? So those are predominantly my key levels. And those levels are where I want to see the correct behavior of price to be my final trigger. Well, actually, not quite my final trigger. My final trigger will be the time of day, but that will be the next video. But I want to see the behavior of price confirming as part of my confirmation at a key level. Right, let's take this a bit further. Someone talked about round numbers. Okay, so if I could have, say, the closing price at a round number or thereabouts, or yesterday's high at a round number, that would be even better. So in this instance, yesterday's high is round about a round number, 77.92. Fantastic. Look how the price reacted to that level. Bang. Right? So if we traded from that level, just on the level alone, forget about the time of day, just on that level alone, look at what you could have won. Okay, levels. Another level would be, for me, the high of the Tokyo session and the low of the session. And when I say session, what I'm talking about is from the Tokyo Open and a few hours around that time of the day. I'm not too interested in what happens after Tokyo's Open. 3 hours afterwards, for me, I'm now looking to get set up for the Open of London, Frankfurt and London. Again, a few hours into the Frankfurt and London Open, I'm starting to lose interest in the day. If I was trading London, I'd be done for the day within a few hours of the Open. Same thing for America. Okay, I'm looking at levels. When I come into New York trade, I'm looking at the levels of Asia high. So I'm going to draw that on the chart. Asia's high. I'm going to draw it as a orange dotted line, and I'm going to draw the low as an orange dotted line in line with what I've already got on the chart, right? And I've got London's high, Frankfurt, the window that I want to see, that I'm interested in, where essentially you're going to get most volume, the equities hours. I'm going to draw a green line for the low of that section. And then another level for me would be, now I'm trading between the hours of currencies around 8 o'clock. I start looking for setups. So let's draw from 7 a.m. New York, when the currency market opens in London. That first hour for me is where I'm trying to get my information and the levels. So when I come into my trading slot, which can be from 8 a.m. on currencies, it might be a little bit later in the day for indexes such as the NAS 100, around about 9 o'clock. Just as we get closer to the Wall Street Open, you tend to start to see the movement in indices. So by the time I come to my trading hour, which is between 8 in the morning, Wall Street Open, that grayed out area, 9:30, and then towards the end of the day for me, round about lunchtime, 12 o'clock, I want to have been done and dusted. I want to have found one or two trades on the day that are over and done with, from anything between 15 minutes or a few hours. On a slow, sluggish day, these trades could take a while to play out. And those are the levels that I'm looking to trade from. Okay? So again, all of that we discuss in the other video, which is day 3, look for the levels. It's also in the education section as the second video down. Day 3, look for the levels. Today, the video is going to be about, on this Black Friday promotion, click your plan. is going to be about the behavior of price. Now, what I use is I use an hourly chart on the day itself. When I'm looking back over longer periods of time, like the weekly chart, I'm using a higher time frame. I'm wanting to know, am I in a support or resistance area? Just out of interest. It's not highly important, but it gives me a foundation for what I might be looking for. So, look, we've got a series of weeks that are lower. We're in a downtrend, and we've come into almost, well, we have, haven't we? We've come into this candle here, weekly candle. We're testing that as a supply area. So we've got the initial test of that supply area. That is where this rally originated from. This rally originated from here. You can find this indicator as order block finder under indicators. Order block finder experimental, right? And that just gives you a very quick uh, snapshot of where supply and resistance areas are on the longer term or any time frame chart. But I like to use it on the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour chart in the main. We could use it also on the hourly chart, but it becomes quite cluttered. But we'll come to that in a moment. Anyway, so as we come into these areas of supply, that helps me understand whether I could be looking for buys or sells. As we come into the supply area of demand, I'm looking for buys predominantly. Okay, now we come on to the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, we can use that same indicator. There it is. I'm looking for buys from this area of, of demand. Okay, what day is it on the 22nd of November? It's day 3. Okay? Now, what I'm looking for is a level. So now I'm looking for a level. Right. Do we have, on this chart, do we have a level? As I come into my timing window, I've come out of that first initial hour. Do we have a level? Does anyone want to tell me what the level is that I'm looking at here? It's already drawn on the chart, so it should stand out. 75. Okay. When did I get into this trade? I got in below 75. So yes, you could say 75 and you could say, right, the price is trapped below 75. So I'm looking at 75 to get in at 75 or better. But what other levels are there? Apart from, I'm not talking about numbers. I'm talking about areas on the chart, levels. So the level that I've got in here, there's a series of levels, in fact. Right, let me tell you. So we've got in at round about 74.80. But the level, if we scroll back, I apologize, you should have given that information before I asked you to guess what I'm looking at. This swing low was Wednesday's low. It was the origin of this pump up before the dump. So that's a nice piece of information that I've got. When I come into trade, when I look back, I can see that that was quite a key level. So that's interesting. But for me, the level at the time on the day was the New York Opens low, my timing window, that 8 a.m. low. And what I'm doing is I'm monitoring. This webinar is the behavior of price. I'm monitoring how is the price behaving around this level. And where am I on the day? I'm low down on the day. This is Wednesday. Okay. This is Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, behavior of price. What is Tuesday doing? It's an inside day. On Wednesday, we came up and hit some stops above the inside day. We subsequently took some money off there in terms of the market, collected some stops, and it dropped heavily, triggering stops below the low of the inside day low and cascaded all the way down. It then took out stops from Monday, continued to go down. These are buyers in the market that are getting squeezed out with their stops being triggered. Okay. What we've done now is we've come in to Friday's pump up and we've stalled. We've stalled. Again, levels. We've stalled at this Friday New York session open low. Just draw that across. Okay, so we've stalled there, we've pumped back up. Behavior of price. What is the price doing at these levels? Okay. Right. Well, it's certainly not accelerating through them, is it? It's starting to decelerate. Right? It's starting to consolidate. So when a price starts to consolidate, it's going to do one of three things. It's either going to continue consolidating or it's going to break out one way or the other. It's either going to break out and fail, which in this case it's done. So it's broken out to the downside. It found resistance around that New York low from whatever day it was back that I just showed you. It's put in a W formation. And it's broken to the other side of the consolidation. Okay. That behavior of price is bullish. We've got a W at the bottom of a sell-off. Okay. Now, we can also draw a trend line on this, or a series of trend lines. And while we're not completely convinced yet that we're heading higher, we've certainly got the makings for a correction because we've got this consolidation The behavior of price is building bullish structure. We've broken out pretty much of the um, highs of this consolidation. I'm ignoring that wick. I'm talking about the bulk of this resistance. So as we come down, we're finding resistance. We're getting pushed lower and lower and lower. We get as low as we do, we come up, we pump up strong. It's a nice big fat candle. It's engulfing that there. It's putting in a W formation. We've got this candle here, which is like a doji sort of looking candle. And we're starting to get consolidation again. This is on a 15-minute chart, by the way, guys. Getting consolidation again. So for me, I'm starting to think, right, this is now, all in all, looking like a bit of a sort of a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders at the bottom of a dump. So I'm looking for the pump. On a day 3, a parabolic reversal. Okay, and I'm targeting the high of the New York Open. That's my first target area. I could target all the way back up to the closing price, and that cluster of yesterday's high, the closing price, and Asia's high. I could do. In fact, why not? Let's do that. Let's target all the way up there. Okay. Now what I'm looking for is confirmation, and that could have been there, my entry candle. That could have been there, my entry candle. I took the entry here just because I know that I'm getting very familiar with this type of setup. I don't need that confirmation candle. It's either going to go or it isn't. So for me, it's all in here. I want to get in below 75. Other traders might have wanted to wait, and that's where you would have got in. At this point, you're at a resistance line. Maybe it will pull back on you. Maybe it won't. Continues. Okay, so this trade was born out of a number of things. First of all, right, we didn't get our full take profit, but you would have taken money off. You'd probably be at break even. So this was born out of a series of confluences. So you've got day 3, which we've talked about, your levels, which we've talked about, and today we're talking about the behavior of price. Does anyone have any questions about the behavior of price? Essentially, what we're looking for is we're looking for tops, V tops, V bottoms. We're looking for peak formations. Okay, so that is a peak formation. So a peak formation. Let's try and identify a peak formation. Here is a peak formation. That is a V top. We can also have head and shoulders. They're not always going to look as clean as that. We can have inverse head and shoulders. Inverse are bullish, heading higher. A normal head and shoulders at the top of a rally pump is a sign that the market is decelerating on the upside and potentially about to blow off to the downside. We can have M's and W's. M formation, W formation. Okay. Any questions? Now, we can get these on any time frame. Okay. I'm looking for a confluence. I want to see, for instance, what we could have is a head and shoulders on a 1 hour chart, a 15-hour chart, a 4 hour chart at the top of a bullish rally. On the day itself, we could have it say on a 15-minute chart or a 1 hour chart, and then within that, head and shoulders on the 1 hour or 15-minute chart on a Wednesday or a Friday at the top of a rally, and 3 days worth of order flow. So sorry, Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday. So Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday. We're looking for the blow off. So that's the 15-minute chart, let's say. Within that 15-minute chart, what we could have on a lower time frame is, say, a peak formation high there, say in London, within that head and shoulders. And then over here, what we might have is an M formation on, say, the 5-minute chart. Okay. And then what we might get, and that defines our break of structure. So we've got a break of structure now. So there's the move up. Okay, that's the price making a trend for the week. It's topping out. That was the last lowest or highest low. Let's put it over here, in fact. That was the last highest low. And then this micro M formation broke that level. And that is giving us a thesis within that right hand shoulder of the head and shoulders. That there is telling us on a Wednesday where we're expecting one of two things, either a parabolic trend trade to go with the trend or a parabolic reversal trade. All of this is topping formation. This is trapping volume up high, breakout traders that are trying to continue with the rally, they're getting trapped. So the market likes to move away from those trap traders into their long positions because that's where their stops are. They've been buying since Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So the buyers on Monday have got their stops below Monday's lows. The buyers on Tuesday have got their stop losses below Tuesday's low. The buyers on Wednesday have started to put their stop losses within Wednesday's range somewhere because there'll be peaks and troughs within that. And they'll be saying, oh, I'm going to put my stop loss here because if it breaks that low, then I think I'm wrong. Well, indeed, you could well be wrong and you're going to get taken out because all of this is trapping breakout traders and now we're targeting their stops. And this is topping formation. A bearish head and shoulders. You've got a V formation, a peak formation in London, and then in New York itself, you've got this M formation, micro M, that finally breaks structure, and you're looking for the sell-off. Now, at this point, this level here, let's call this the level, might be yesterday's high. So this is Tuesday's high, okay? As well as being, say, the highest low within that range, within that rally. What you may find is that you break that level and then the price wants to pump up again. You're now on a 5-minute chart and the price wants to, bear with me, need to find my bearings. Let's use this. The price wants to pump up maybe 3 pumps to the upside, back into the M formation highs perhaps, and that's when the real sell-off occurs. And that's fine because you might have your stop above the information's tops or the V top or even above the right hand shoulder of that head and shoulders. And you're looking for asymmetrical risk to reward. So say you might be risking 1 to achieve 3. Right. I don't know if you can still hear me. We've got a typical power cut. So my screen's gone down. Let me see if I'm still connected. Can someone let me know if you can still hear me? You should be able to because I'm connected to an... Okay, great. Right. That's fine. Anyway, but we're going to wrap this up now unless there are any questions. But that is essentially the behavior of price. So we're looking for the behavior of price. We're looking for bullish market structure to go long or bearish market structure to go short from a level on day 3, Wednesday or a Friday. Everybody good with that? Any questions? Because I'm going to have to wrap this up because, well, we've got a power cut here and that kind of messes things up, really. Um, what we'll do in the next webinar, which will be, let me see when that will be. My next webinar will be on the 30th, the end of the month. Fantastic. Right, the 30th. Preparing for day 3 and time rotations. Right, and what we'll do is we'll go through. Okay, I've got power coming back now. We'll go through some examples of these where you will see the behavior of price at time rotations on a day 3 at the level, and really this starts to gel everything together. And by that point, over this course of this 4-part series, if you're a member where you can grab your membership at a discount, if you sign up for a year, it's $10 a cup of coffee at Starbucks probably these days. Or if you're a smoker, a pack of cigarettes. So hopefully you're not a smoker. Or a 2-year membership, you get 1 year free. With a 1 year membership, you get 6 months free. That's very, very good. Anyway, once we've gelled this together, we can practice together in live time. You can practice with me in the US session until you really are able to go off on at it at your own and make a success of your trading career. And then stay with us, stay with the group, stay with the community. There's a traders corner where you can speak with like-minded fellow traders. You don't need to trade with us analysts. You can trade with your buddies in the traders corner as well. Anyway, so as I said, over the course of this next couple more videos, we've got two more, and then that's a wrap. And with that, it's really a very simple strategy. Take some time to get your eye in. Don't expect to, become successful off the bat, right? You can use a demo chat account. I would encourage using a demo account just to get a feel for it. When you start to get some results, move into a live account, micro lots, very, very small risk, and build your way up. But this happens all of the time. These setups occur all of the time. Each and every week, you're going to get a trade. Now, I can't guarantee that they're going to pay off every single time, but it depends on how you manage your risk. If you are running in profit, you can take some money off, pay yourself for your analysis, move your stop loss to break even, and you're 99% guaranteed not to lose any money on that trade. Stops are not guaranteed, that's why I say that, but that's why we avoid trading around news in the main. We avoid trading around news. We trade when the market conditions are in our favor. Okay, so we'll talk about that on the next video, time rotations, and we'll talk about risk management and why we use those time rotations. Right, okay, so for me, that is a wrap. I wish you a very pleasant Friday. If you are going to come in and trade, it's not much going on tomorrow. It's Black Friday. Markets are closed, half day. So we'll be back here again on Monday, looking for 3-day cycle setups on a Monday and a Tuesday. On a Wednesday, day 1, day 2, day 3, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, looking for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday order flow for our setups. Okay, so thanks for being here. Appreciate you all as always, and I hope to see you, more of you as members in our chat room, Ask the Analysts, and I'll see you then. Have a good afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world.